Myself set up here. All right. So today we're going to be talking all about color and the different ways that we can use color and different tools that are related to color. So the first thing I want to show you is the Swatch library, and some of you I've pointed this out already, so this might be review. Now in your panels over here, you can have this kind of color picker panel open for adding color, or you can have the swatches. And at any time, if these aren't showing up on your panels, all you have to do is go down to window and then add your color for adding the color, or swatches right there. You think of swatches kind of like how you if you're going to pick out a color of paint for your house somewhere, your bedroom, you go out into Menards and whatnot and pick out color swatches that might look good and bring them home. So these are solid colors there that you can pick from. Now, what it's going to automatically give you is just a lot of the basic colors. But you can open up these different swatch libraries down here. It's hard to see it the way I have it down. Let me move this up over here. So just down here in the lower left, these are all groups of colors that are based on some theme. And so art history, if we open up the pop art one, we're going to see a lot of very bright, bold colors. If we open up gradients, these are all, and we're going to be talking more about how to make your own gradients, but like foliage. So a lot of like greens, gradients that move from one green to another. Patterns, they have different, let's see, decorative, we'll go to classic. So these are all actually swatches, let me draw one of these here, that you can fill them with these patterns. So there's a lot of fun ones in here. Metals is one I can see some of you getting into, picking the right color. In gradients, there's also a metals gradients as well. So these are going to deal with, you know, getting that highlight from a metallic surface already right there for you. Now, so I'm going to have you guys spend some time taking a look at the different libraries that are available to you. The other thing I wanted to show you is the eyedropper tool. And this is something that you can use to select a color from anywhere that's on the page. So if you were to, actually I'm going to take you, I made a sample of something over here. And so this is something that I filled up with a live paint option, and say that instead I wanted this brown section right here to be the green one, but I forgot what actually that green color was. So if I wanted to swap that around, I could grab my paint bucket tool. Actually, sorry, first I want to suck up that color with the eyedropper tool, and then I would be able to go and dump that into that section. So if at any time you forget what colors you use, but they're already on the page, then you can just use the eyedropper tool to select that color. Now, another way that this might be of use is in source pictures. So if you guys are going to be drawing something from an image that you find online or a different file that you upload, this is going to be able to come in here and pick up that color based on where you select that in the picture. But now let's zoom in here. I'm going to show you how to use this a little bit later on. As we zoom in, you start to see the pixels, right? So when I grab this color rather than from there, there's two different shades that happen, even though as I zoom out, it all looks about the same. So when you are selecting that color, it's going to be based on whatever, you see how it's changing right over here, based on whatever pixel it is that you pick in that picture. So even if you have an area that's pretty close together and looks about the same color from far away, you might get different tones within that area. So you might have to play around with that. Okay, why don't you test out the different swatch libraries. Oh, I'm sorry. The other way that you can open these up is with window, and then you can go down here to swatch libraries. So two ways that you can get that opened.